Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. Willful, brazen, and unlawful. Apple files breach of contract countersues against Epic from TechCrunch. Yes, remember when I said that this fight was going to be kind of like a bitch fight? Which I have no dog in this fight. I'm here sitting and looking, hoping to get a glimpse of one pulling the head of the other bitch, or maybe even a nice upskirt shots, or one of the bitches pulling out the shirt of the other bitch, things like that. You know, fun stuff. And this is one of them pulling the hair from the other bitch. It's starting to look heated and very interesting, to say the least. Well, let's read the news. Apple has filed a countersuit against Epic over the latter's attempt to circumvent App Store rules and avoid paying millions in fees. The lawsuit alleges that Epic is deliberately in breach of contract and asks the court to award damages and prohibit Epic from attempting anything like this again. Well, isn't this interesting? This is looking interesting by the minute. Oh, let's keep going. This is going to be interesting. A brief refresher, Epic in mid-August slipped in a new way to buy in-game currency for Fortnite that kept giving Apple 30% cut, while simultaneously launching a PR campaign calling the company a monopoly and the App Store rules unjust. Apple responded by banning Epic's accounts from the App Store, making it clear that this action could be avoided by Epic simply removing or adjusting the in-game store. Epic sought to have a court reverse its ban as an unfair business practice by a monopoly that would be proved as such but only succeeded in having accounts unrelated to Fortnite unlocked. Epic now seeks to show that Apple is a monopoly and its practices should be deemed unlawful, and Apple aims to show that's untrue, but at the same time has now filed this suit alleging wrongdoing by Epic. Oh boy. I feel like we are this close for a nice upskirt shot. This should be interesting. No, I really have no dog in this fight, but this is interesting because maybe I'm starting to side with Apple. Shenanigans, because I absolutely hate Apple too, especially because they pretty much bricked my iPod, the only Apple product I ever bought. They bricked it because, well, not bricked it as in the actual definition of bricked, but its software updates made the thing unbearably slow to the point I had to throw it away. Even formatting or anything like that, they made it slow, and Apple is a very closed system, which made it difficult for me to change its software. Anyway, I absolutely hate Apple because they are just too fucking up their own bungholes. They are fucking smug little princess with a very, very large but differently shaped spear up their bungholes. Or no, maybe a dildo. I think that dildo is better. Now, Epic is another one that is a very smug little shit stain with a very large but still slightly different shaped dildo up their bungholes. So it's difficult to side with anything here, but let's read the news. Although Epic portrays itself as a modern corporate Robin Hood, they're definitely not. Well, in fact, I think I'm gonna go as far as saying that Epic is trying to portray itself like the Democrats are, the party for the people, when in fact they are just the party of the aristocracy. They're the party that rules for thee, but not for me, kind of deal. They are portraying themselves like the Democrats does, in which look, you can't go to the hair salon to have your hair fixed, but I can go because I'm better, I'm more important than you are. That's the kind of deal that they are doing, and this is the actual problem. Let's go back to shit Epic. In reality, it is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise that simply wants to pay nothing for the tremendous value it derives from the App Store, writes Apple in its suit. While Epic and its CEO take issue with the terms on which Apple has since 2008 provided the App Store to all developers, this does not provide cover for Epic to breach binding contracts. Dupe a long-time business partner, pocket commissions that rightfully belong to Apple, and then ask this court to take a judicial sledgehammer to one of the 21st century's most innovative business platforms simply because it does not maximize Epic revenues. It will not be productive to go over the case in details just yet, as we are still far from the point where all companies' various claims and counterclaims can be added and compared. It'll be weeks before even the preliminary injunction against Epic is decided, and much paper will be added to the pile before then. I seem to recall there's one injunction or something, a hearing or something coming up in September right now about this case. But let's keep going. The argument comes down whether a company like Apple, which certainly exerts total control over its hardware-software ecosystems, qualifies as a monopoly. If it is, then the business practices Epic defied may be unlawful, and therefore its flaunting them will have been justified. If it isn't, the countersuit may put Epic in a rather bad spot. Not just owning Apple millions, but unable to pull this trick again. The burden of proof on Epic is quite serious here, and current antitrust doctrine doesn't seem likely to define Apple's App Store and Google's, which Apple is also suing along the same lines. Which Apple is also suing along the same lines. Shouldn't it be Epic? Which Epic is also suing along the same line? I don't know. As the act of a monopolist. But even if it fails to prove it and it's handed a setback in court, Apple being publicly dragged as a potential monopoly and having the claims evaluated by a judge, even skeptically, is not a good look. Apple countersuit was inevitably giving Epic's high profile and pretty much admitted breach of contract. But it raises the stakes nevertheless. The company has not specified the scale of the damages it seeks, but 8 digits is probably a safe bet. You can read Apple's suit below. Okay, I'm not going to go through this because it's just a lot. But suffice to say, this is proving to be quite interesting. Especially because this is pretty interesting. Say, yeah, I think that would be the word I'm gonna use. But also, it shows that Epic under Tencent, and Tencent has a very, very large app store, and they are a very large company. In fact, they want to enter the American market and control it to a point that it just becomes kind of difficult. They even have now a studio in there in America, and they control at least 40% of Epic. And I don't see Epic going against Tencent, because Tencent, if I'm not wrong, it charges at, I think it's 40 or 50% of the of a purchase in their store. And yet, here we are. Maybe this is an attempt from China, because as you all know, every Chinese company, regardless of its size, is owned or partially owned by the communist government. So this might actually be their attempt to undermine Trump and invade the American market and destroy it. So perhaps this is just conjecture. I do not know. I don't have any evidence for it, and it's just something that one should think about it. But I digress. This should be once again quite interesting. Hopefully, the next time the news about this case comes up, it's also another one where we can actually see maybe a nip slip. That will be awesome. Well, thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Good night.